Hey y'all, welcome back. So what do we got today? Well, not working on anything video wise except to show you the multi-tool I bought from Harbor Freight. And I've been really pleased with this thing. I haven't had it long and I've only used it a little bit, but I've been impressed with several things about it. I mean, it comes in this case, first of all, with the belt loop, and this snap is quite tight. I haven't had it come open accidentally. Haven't worn it on my belt much, to be honest, but you could. And it's just kind of rumbled, around in the console of my truck and in the door and just here and there. I've had no problems with that. It also comes with a belt clip, and I have used the belt clip and it works pretty well. If you don't like the clip, there's a release here that releases a lot of your implements you use, and this just slides off. And then of course, if you want it back, you just put it back on. Okay, so let's just go over all the stuff. They call it a 20-in-1. I'm not sure what all the 20 are, but let's just go over what we have here. Now, the one thing I have used it for, I've used this one right here. I used it to clean some fish, and it worked really well. I don't know if you can see, but it's got a slightly serrated edge over here, and this gut hook, which works really well. I've got some baling twine here, and you can see that side, that just cuts right through, and so does the gut hook. It works really well. I have not used the regular blade. That's over on this side. Oh, by the way, these are lock blades, so you just have a little thing you push here on the side to close it up. But it's fairly standard as far as the sharpness for a factory edge. It's not horrible. It seems like it would hold a decent edge for a little while. I have other knives that I use, so I probably won't use this one a whole lot, but it's nice to know that it's there if you need it. It would cut a steak if you were out camping and cooked yourself a steak. Oh, what else do we have? On this side we have some files. This is like a small bastard file, I guess. It's a flat file. And here, I don't know if you can see that, but a bunch of really tiny teeth that would be, I guess if you needed to shape something or file something in two, maybe that was thin, I don't know. This side right here is just kind of an emery board material. So if you want to file your nails and don't want to look girly with the, the thing, whatever. Let's just try this file out a little bit. I've got an old machete here. This thing is old and it needs an edge. And so I thought we'd just see if we could, I won't put the whole edge on it here, but I thought we'd just work it a little bit and see. It's not going to get in close that way. I guess I should be filing this way anyway, shouldn't I? No, it's would I want to do a lot of work with this file? No. But if it was all you had at the moment, it would take just a little bit and I would have a decent edge on this old machete here. Can you see that? You should be able to see it because of all the rust on this old thing. Well, that's not too bad. I just wonder, we don't want to go filing away with this part on. Yeah, I don't know about that. That'd be good on aluminum maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's not terrible. Over here we have a little saw with some very aggressive teeth. You know, I've got this little stick here that I've got this, I have this baling twine wound up on. See if we can see it better. Wow, those are very aggressive teeth. I don't know if you can see that or not. It wouldn't take much to saw through this. Again, you're not going to cut a tree down with this, but that's not green. That's dry. That's harder to cut through than if it were a green limb, and that's a pretty nice smooth cut. In a survival situation where you needed to, you know, cut some small limbs off something or whatever, that would work pretty well. Okay, now on the inside, we have your kind of standard needle nose pliers. I use a lot of this scrap wire here on the farm for little repairs on fences and things because I get it really cheap. Let's see how this cuts wire. That's a pretty good cut. It wasn't hard to cut it. If I needed to twist something, and those pliers grip pretty well. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. They're almost as good as a regular pair of needle nose that size. I wouldn't want to use them all the time, but yeah, that's not horrible. Okay, now what else do we have in here? We've got a can opener, and I opened a can a minute ago, and I'll put that in the video here. We have a can opener, and I'll tell you, I've used one of these before, but I haven't used one like this in a long time. Got a can of peach halves here. That might be part of my lunch. Let's see if we can get this to open. Oh my gosh. That is really easy. That's very smooth. If you've never used one of these before, this little part here, it hooks under the lip, and then that little beak, you just push down and it opens. It cuts right through. You might have seen the little army ones that they used to give with field rations. Those little flat can opener that soldiers or Marines would keep in their pocket. And it would open on the upstroke. A little different than this. I think this is much easier to use. A little practice, you could open a can, one of these, almost as quick as you could a regular can opener. Now, it also happens to make a nice little throwing star there for you. Ha ha ha. That's pretty sharp. I wouldn't mess with that. All right, let's set this aside. That can opener works really well. If you haven't used one of these before, that's, yeah, that works pretty well. Okay, and we've also got on this side a Phillips head bit, and this comes out and flips around. And it's a regular slotted screwdriver bit. There's a little tiny magnet there that holds that in place, and this is a little bit loose. I don't want to lose it, but if I were to bang this pretty hard here, there you go. It's going to come out. However, you're not going to walk around with this open. You're just going to have it open when you're using it, right? And when it's closed up, there's a little pin inside there that keeps that from falling out. And on the other side over here, what do we have? We've got, oh yeah, got a pair of scissors. Ooh, that almost cut me. Yeah, it folds up straight. You have to be a little careful opening that up. And then that part acts as a spring. And they're not bad. Let's see. You know, it's not gonna replace your scissors in your house, but it's not terrible. That's probably 8 pieces of paper right there. Okay. And the string again. Yeah, it'll cut through it. I don't think I'd use it for cutting string much. Yeah, there's other stuff on here much better for cutting string, like the knife with a gut hook. And what else is on this side? We've got a larger screwdriver. It's a flat screwdriver bit. I guess you could use that for something else besides screws, but it is what it is. And a little teeny tiny screwdriver. It's a tiny, that's a Phillips head on this side and a slotted on this side, and I think that's just held in with friction. I don't feel a magnet holding that in place. And again, when you close it up, there's a pin that keeps it from falling out inside there. Okay, so my impressions of this thing overall, I like it. This is only $40 at Harbor Freight. I don't think I could justify spending 2 or 3 times that much, maybe 4 times that much even, on another name brand. This doesn't feel too loose. It's not too tight. It feels like it's well made. 6 months from now, I might change my mind and say, yeah, this thing's a piece of junk, but so far, so good. The Gordon multi-tool, available at Harbor Freight. And my opinion, I mean, this thing's a, for all intents and purposes, this is a kind of a Leatherman killer, because Leatherman can't compete on that price. And the quality is very close, very close. All right, enough of that. Let's go do some other stuff. Hey, tell me what you think about this. If you have one, I'd like to know what you think. And what do you use your multi-tool for mostly? This one, I'm going to put it with my camping gear. I've got tools in my truck, plenty of those, so I don't really need anything on here in my truck. And around the farm and around the house, again, lots of tools on the tractor and side by side and whatnot. So, but when I go camping, and that'll be really handy to have, you know, just for doing stuff. Little camping tasks with. All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you. Oops. Thank you for listening to me ramble about this Gordon multi-tool, and I'll see y'all next time.